I'm Michelle Fry, and I live up in Paulding County, Georgia. The reason I am using Nelson Elder is because I went through two pretty difficult situations with wills more recently, and I just didn't want my daughters to have to deal with a lot of the bad stuff that happened. I looked at the internet and I looked at a lot of different law firms, and I read the reviews and just decided on Nelson Elder Care, and I'm really glad that I did. I decided at this point that I really needed to get something solid for my daughters when I passed away. What I wanted was for everything to be clear, and I wanted them to also have a resource they could come to when I did die, and they needed to make sense out of the trust and the will. A few years ago, my husband passed away. Not knowing anything about the law, either one of us, we picked out a lawyer who advertises handling estates. We told him what we wanted and assumed that the way he wrote everything up that it was going to be just easy. My husband had 3 children from another marriage, and he told them what he wanted for me. We had both our wills drawn up exactly the same because we wanted to be able to take care of whichever one of us was the survivor. However, once my husband passed away, everything just fell apart. There were a lot of vague issues with the will. It took over 7 months for us even to get an agreement. There were a lot of hurt feelings. A lot of relationships ended over the will, and I just didn't want that for my daughters. More recently, my brother passed away in North Carolina, and I was the executor of his will. To say that it has been a mess is putting it very lightly. And again, I just didn't want my daughters to have to deal with all that stuff. It's hard enough when you're grieving. When working my husband's will, I was so overwhelmed and so scared, I didn't even have a chance to grieve him for 7 months. I just didn't want anyone that I cared about to have to go through either one of those scenarios. One of the things my first lawyer didn't do was explain to me what my options were. I didn't know the difference between a trust or just a regular will or rights of survivors. I didn't know any of that. It wasn't explained to me. And during my first session here at Nelson Elder Care, that was what they did. Some of the things I asked about, they said, no, that's probably not going to work for you, and let me tell you why. I was just so pleased to get a full picture so that I could make the best choices for me and my 2 daughters. I felt like I was being heard, and I felt I was being respected, and that they were giving me all the options. Everyone was very nice. All my appointments happened when they were supposed to happen. I didn't end up waiting a long time, and I came away every time just feeling like, okay, this is going to be good. They've really helped me understand all the legal processes and the different ways that things can happen. It just was a good experience. I think what stood out for me the most was that my first session, we just talked about what I wanted and what my options were, but no one rushed me, no one hurried me. I was really quite vulnerable, and they listened to my story. And the second time we met, when I actually met with one of the lawyers, it was the same thing. We chatted a lot just about things not related to the bill, but things that were important to me that would help them understand what I needed. And it just goes along with being heard and being respected. It has taken a boulder off my shoulders because I've been meaning to do this for a while and just kept putting it off. But once I ran into all the problems with my brother's will up in North Carolina, I decided that I couldn't wait any longer because at my age, you never promise tomorrow. And I just was so concerned about my daughters and things not working out right. And I feel like a boulder has been taken off my shoulders. And I'm so thankful that I've gotten this done and that I actually understand everything that's going to happen. We're not promised tomorrow. And if you wait till next week and you're not promised tomorrow, you may be putting your family in a very difficult situation. Wills are uncomfortable, and it's hard to think about those things, but it's something that has to be done if you want to make sure that those you leave behind are taken care of the way you would like them to be taken care of, and that it's going to be a smooth transition. So do it now, do not put it off. If it's weighing on your mind and you keep putting it off, you probably just need to get it done.